So be aware of your heart. We'll start with the wholeness invocation. Put your hands together in front of your heart. Or you can also, if you want, you can open your arms to just receive. It's up to you. Just be aware of your heart. The wholeness invocation. To the Most High and the Holy Divine Supreme Mother, thank you for divine peace. Thank you for divine love, mercy, and grace. We humbly invoke for your divine guidance, help, healing, and protection. Thank you for blessing all of us with a healthy and fit body, clear heart and mind, wholesome and correct speech, faithful and grateful soul, on all levels, in all directions, with humility, love, and respect, and full faith. So be it. We'll say the prayer for wholeness. Open your arms to receive, slightly tilt your head forward. May I be a humble servant for the Most High and the Holy Divine Supreme Mother with this whole body, heart, mind, speech, and soul. Gently put your hands in blessing position. May I show compassionate activity towards every person and every being without exception, in the higher, in the middle, in the lower worlds, and in all 10 directions. Gently put your hands together in front of your heart. Hallelujah. Shalom. Asheo in full faith. Let's chant Om thrice. Om. 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 Gently put your hands on your lap facing upwards. Keep your eyes closed and we will meditate together. Okay, so all those who are new, maybe joining for the first time, we do the Archangel meditation and then we refer the book, The Wisdom of the Zodiac by the author Thorkom Saraydarian. And this book is related to the moon cycles and the energy that radiates. So today it's interesting. I think yesterday, day before was new moon. So we are already under the influence, like slowly it is building up. On full moon, it comes in the full fledged. So we understand and read so that by the time we participate in the full moon, we are already with some kind of understanding and so that we can make the best use. So last time we were doing the constellation of Libra. This time it is the constellation of Scorpio. So the title that the author has given to the festival of Scorpio, the first chapter for Scorpio is Mastering Your Nature. And I think whatever we are doing, it's just in perfect alignment with the energies of the constellation as far as the healing the roots session that are going on. They're in complete alignment with the constellation. So the author says the constellations are far more than groups of stars. How generally an understanding of a constellation is that they are a group of stars which create a certain figure, and this very interesting and fascinating. So the author says that the constellations are far more than just a group of stars. If voice is the voice less for everyone? Can someone put in the chat? No, right? Yeah. Voice is fine. Please log off, log in again. That's the maximum from my side. So maybe some internet or connectivity issue. So the constellations are far more than groups of stars. We are told that these group of stars are the bodies of great lives. So they are, so all those who who have been together with understanding or reading of the esoteric text, there has been an understanding that as we grow and evolve, when our, let's say, evolution happened to such a degree where our service increased to such a great level that we can be a star, the earth, the planet is a being, someone who may be some really great yogi who just ascended. So the author says that we are told that these groups of stars are the bodies of great lives through which the great lives function. The constellations are also great energy sources. At the time of the full moon, the sun totally radiates its light on the moon. That we all know, right? That during the full moon, the sun radiates its light totally on the moon. So, when the full light of the sun is on the moon, which is a decaying and a lifeless body. So, according to the teachings, the moon is in the process of decaying. So maybe in God knows how many years to come, maybe we will see that there is no moon. So the moon is that being who is in the process of decaying, and it is a lifeless body. So the author says that when the full light of the sun is on the moon, which is a decaying and lifeless body, is insulated in the solar system by the sun's light. Now, what is insulation? If we know insulation is that kind of covering, let's say, which prevents whatever is to radiate. So let's say when we have wires for the electricity, they are insulated so that we don't get shock, electrical shock, right? So the author is saying that during the full moon time, when the light of the sun is full there through, like on the moon energy get insulated in the solar system by the sun's light, meaning to say the impact of the moon itself is zero during the full moon time. It is pure sun's energy. When this decaying body is insulated, the energy coming from the constellation finds a direct channel to the earth without any hindrances from the polluted materials emanating from the moon. See, all these centers, these stars, they all like a transformer. So the light, let's say from the sun, passing through the constellation, passing through the planet, coming to us. So during the full moon time, when the moon is the decaying energy of the moon itself is insulated. So what happens is that the energy of the constellation is able to reach the planet Earth with utmost purity. So that the influence, the pollutants of the polluted materials that are emanated from the moon, they are not there. Because the sun energy, the sunlight has already insulated it. So the author says, thus at the full moon time each month, a great energy comes to our planet, and we have the opportunity to either react to it negatively or use it constructively. So every full moon, there is a lot of energy, pure energy from the constellation radiates along with the sunlight that is radiating during the night time. And we all have the opportunity to either use it negatively or constructively. At other times during the month, the influence of the moon may cause disturbances in the particular constellation's energy that is being transmitted to our earth. So other than the full moon, there is an influence of moon that kind of causes disturbances in the energy that comes from the constellation. So now moving ahead, related to Scorpio constellation, the author says, like all constellations, Scorpio transmits a unique energy. So all those who have been there since January with us, we have noticed that every constellation has certain unique quality that the constellation brings in. So the author says Scorpio transmits a unique energy like all other constellations. Scorpio emanates a kind of energy that enables you to either overcome your obstacles or increase them. That's why it's a Scorpio. So the energy through Scorpio is the one which bombards you with the opportunity. Either you make it or break it. So either you overcome your obstacle or you increase your obstacles. It is depending upon your reaction. So if you are an earthbound person, so earthbound person means if you are money bound, sex bound, possession bound, hatred bound, fear bound, whatever is bounding you to the earth, let's say in a very physical form, this incoming energy will amplify your desire for more matter, more possessions. And we are working on our understanding our desires these days. So the Scorpio energy give you all the opportunity to use it constructively or to increase your problems. And then the author says that if you have any kind of foundation, entanglements, so if you have a lot of desires, this incoming energy of Scorpio will amplify your desire for more matter. So there is an observation that during the constellation full moon, the constellation of Scorpio, the full moon time, the desires are overactive. Somebody who is very fond of sweets will feel that we are eating sweets more. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Halloween and all these celebrations are coming in this constellation. So you have all the more temptations. So all your desires, it amplifies. But if you are on the path of discipleship, the energy will increase your urge to strive and help make your path a path of victory. So if you are a person who is just thinking that I am there on the planet to enjoy all the riches of the earth, all your desires will magnify. But if you are one who is on the path of discipleship, who is trying to improve oneself and try to become a better person every day, be of better use to the world, then for those people who are on the path of discipleship, the energy of Scorpio will increase your urge to strive. So more than any other time, this is the time where you will feel, no, I really need to spiritually practice. I really need to do it. As if that will aspect to do, that inspiration to walk on the path of purification, of transformation will heighten. So the energy will increase your urge to strive, and the energy of the Scorpio will also help make your path a path of victory. So it will help that you are able to break through and make good progress in your striving, in purifying, in your character building. In olden times, now the author is saying in olden times, victory meant to attack your enemy and kill him. That's how it was. That ancient time, the person has to go, there are kings, and it is victory means that you attack your enemy and kill him. But in the new age that we are in, victory means to master your own nature. So it is old time when we have to attack and have victory over someone. In the new age, victory means to master your own nature. Mastering your nature is the victory of Scorpio. As if the Scorpio energy provides all that extra boost of energy, inspiration, motivation. In the morning, we were speaking about the solar plexus center, which has a powerhouse of healing. So Scorpio stimulates and give you all that power that you need so that you can find victory over your lower nature. When when you can master your hatred, separatism, lies, fear, anxieties and vanities, your false personality, then you are a victorious disciple. So this time when you're working on your vanities, egos, pride, separatism, it is like the Scorpio energy will help you be victorious in being a disciple, in being a better person. In Scorpio, there are 9 tests. It's very interesting. So in Scorpio, there are 9 tests, not only for those who are born in the sign, but also for all those who are disciples on the path of striving and evolution. So if you are a person who is trying to make yourself a better person, you're trying to, increase your standard of living by becoming more wholesome in whatever way. So it is like the people not just who are born in this sign, but all those who are trying to become disciple to become a better person, there are 9 tests. To make these tests easy to understand, the author is saying, let us consider a very ancient story, the story of Hercules. So, if I understand correctly, Hercules is the Greek. Let's say in the Greek there are god, but similarly in the Greek there was Hercules, and in Roman mythology the equivalent of Hercules is Hercules, who is considered to be the son of Zeus, the son of Jupiter, and he is known to be the one with a lot of strength, who is there to fight and protect the weak. So the author is saying, to understand those 9 tests, let us understand it very easily by understanding a story of Hercules. So the story goes like this. There was a land in ancient Greece that belonged to the gods. There was a woman in this land who asked the gods for the power to strike a rock and bring water from it. Okay? So the land in Greece, which belonged to the gods, and there was a woman who asked the gods, can you please strike this rock so that the water can come out from it. And this wish was given to her. So the god says, Tathastu, so be it. When she struck the rock, 3 streams of water poured out, forming a river. So the god says, okay. So she struck the rock, 3 streams of water came out, pouring out, forming a river. Now, as soon as the river was formed, a 9-headed hydra came and dwelt near the river in a swarm. Now, I was going through what is Hydra. Hydra in the mythological teachings, it is considered to be a serpent with 9 heads. So if you cut one head, it grows back. So when she struck the rock, 3 streams of water poured out, forming a river. And as soon as the river was formed, a 9-headed Hydra came and dwelt near the river in a swarm. Now nobody was able to drink the water that was flowing. So water is there, but nobody is able to drink the water that was flowing from the rock, because the Hydra would eat them if they went near. So a great one summoned Hercules and said, you must conquer this monster. So there was a great being who asked Hercules that you must fight with this monster and conquer. And that great one says, I will give you some advice that may help. That may help you, the Hercules. And the advice was, we rise by kneeling. What is kneeling? We all go on the when you go to the church, you pray generally, we kneel down, right? Even when we go to temple, when we have to go down, we kneel. So the advice that the great one gave to Hercules was, we rise by kneeling. After receiving this advice from the great one, Hercules went searching for the Hydra. He carried a big club. So club is one of the weapon of Hercules, the weapon of Hercules. So he carried a big club. He took his club and went to the river and tried to find the monster. At last, he found the monster living in a dark cave. That means not easily to be seen, right? To be perceived. He threw down his club, went into the darkness, brought the monster out, and tried to cut off the 9 heads. So for Hercules to fight the monster, he had to go in the darkness. He went inside, he threw down his club, went into the darkness, brought the monster out. So he was not fighting in the darkness. He went down, threw the club, went inside, brought the monster out, and then tried to cut off the 9 heads. But when he cut one head, 2 heads grew back in its place. So it is like you cut one head, two grew back. So Hercules remembered the advice of his teacher. What was the advice? We rise by kneeling. So Hercules knelt down and raised the monster up with his hands. When he raised the monster in his hands, the Hydra's strength slowly decreased until it entirely faded away. Is it not? I'm just using my logical mind. We will see the interpretation of, is it does not mean, is it not talking about raising your vibration when we say standard of living, right? Correct. So he knelt down and raised the monster up with his hands, and when he raised the monster in his hands, the Hydra's strength slowly decreased until he entirely faded away. Then Hercules cut off all the heads and buried them under the rock. Hercules returned to his master and told him that he had completed the difficult labor. The Great One told him, "You are now a disciple." After he completed a difficult labor, the Great One said that now you are a disciple. So, one of the great signs of a disciple is that he does not live for himself, but he lives for others. Hercules has got nothing to do with the Hydra. He went to fight so that the people there can drink, right? So one, and this is one of the great signs the author is saying. So one of the great signs of a disciple is that he does not live for himself, but he lives for others. This is a very important point in discipleship. The true definition of a disciple is a person who submits his will to a higher will. A very, very important part of a disciple where we say, "May thy will be done." So, who submits one will, the lower will, to the higher will. So, for example, your personality will must submit itself to the soul will. So, what is the personality? The body, emotions, thoughts. So, when my tongue says, "Oh, Kim, go and have chunk," so my body will submit to the soul will, which says that's unhealthy. So personality is this lower self which is very easily tempted, and the soul is of our own consciousness, the inner self that guides that this is right, this is wrong. So everyone knows that we are making the not good choice, but we still make it anyway. So the author is saying, so your personality will must submit itself to the soul will, to the will of the hierarchy, to the will of the great ones, to the will of God. So it is like step by step. So first you submit your personality will to the soul will. That means, let's say initially I used to be very self-centered, and now I am more inclusive and service oriented. When that happens, then you go to with the alignment of the will of the hierarchy. Then you go further with the alignment with the will of the great ones. Then you go further with the alignment of the will of God. So when you do this, you disappear, and the one who is worshipped or recognized increases within you. There are beautiful stories. Okay, have you ever noticed if there is a person who is a very sincere and dedicated follower of a certain teacher, after a certain period of time, that person starts looking like the teacher, right? This is exactly how it is. That when you do this, you disappear, and the one who is worshipped or recognized increases within you. You may also see somebody who is an astounded follower of Shiva will have a lot of traits. So a lot of the Shiva followers have those long hair with locks, the traits, Someone who is a follower of Buddha will have those kind of, the body language, it started changing. Because when your will start aligning, then that consciousness is radiating through your system. So kind of your own lower personality disappears. It does not mean you die. It is like you just radiate, just like the moon radiates the sun. It's the same way. It's so beautiful. So discipleship means getting rid of your small self and making room for spiritual values. That whatever is small, me, mine, I, that you kind of start getting rid of your small self and start making room for more spiritual values. Now, this idea is echoed in the words of Saint Paul: I die daily so that Christ may live in me. And when it is said, I die daily, it is talking about the ego, the lower ego, that I die daily so that the Christ may live in me. Eventually, that I disappears and only Christ as it exists there. So then you are no longer a person, you are a Christ, that great perfected being. So now the author is saying, after all this understanding, let us examine the symbology of the Hercules story. The land where the Hydra dwells represents the personality. So it is the lower personality where the snake with those weaknesses, you cut one, two appears. So the land where the Hydra dwells represents the personality. The personality is the physical body, emotional nature, and the mental nature. So these are the land where the vices live. The rock is a symbolism found in all religions. It represents the foundation of man, the divine self, the innermost reality within us. So the rock is actually representing our foundation, the innermost self. The woman who hid the rock represents the solar angel or our inner guardian. So it is like how we say, no, that we are covered. It is the other way that our foundation is there, like a rock. It is so um materialized, how we are saying the spark when we were understanding Libra constellation, that the spark coming down, 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 40 planes down and getting condensed and condensed and condensed. So it is like the rock is our foundation, and the woman who threw the, what was that? The the woman who hit the rock represents the solar angel or our inner guardian who hits and try to, let the stream of river flow. Who makes the life-giving streams of water pour into the personality. So it is the solar angel or our inner guard who always keep us, so we get astray and then he would pull back, come back to the path, come back to the path. Sometimes friends, sometimes family, sometimes teacher, sometimes somebody who will say, no, 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 you're going on the wrong path. So it is like the solar angel is manifesting one way or the other, where it is trying to hit the foundation, the rock, so that the streams, the life-giving streams of water pour into the personality. Now, author is saying, notice in the story that as soon as she did this, the monster with 9 heads came and started to make trouble and eat people. So it's like it was all fine, but the moment she's trying to do that, so the moment there is life giving energy flowing, the monster with 9 heads came and started to trouble and eat people. It is like when the person is trying to become better, all the temptations start arising. And we come across, so let's say if I was the one who would be very fond of drinking alcohol, and now I say, no, I'm dropping it, then the people are, oh, it's just a celebration, 1 peg, 2 peg. Oh, you are going to become a vegetarian. Oh, what is that? Oh, you're not coming to party, you're just meditating, you're becoming too oil. Where is life? So it is the 9 headed hydra, many kind of trying to evoke those weaknesses in us. It's very interesting. So it's very interesting, by the way. So notice in the story that as soon as she did this, the monster with 9 heads came and started to make trouble and eat people. The monster is a person who is identified with the earth. So who is a monster? Who identifies with the earth? Who feels this is, I am this body, I am this emotions, I am my tongue, I am my mind. And we understand the identification is ego, right? So healing the roots is actually directly working on cutting the heads of the hydra. It's so beautiful what you're working. So the monster is a person who is identified with the earth. Such a person has nine heads. So all those who have ego identification, they have nine heads. There are three physical heads. So three physical heads are sex, physical comfort, and money. Author just simplifies it, no, big time. Under this comes a lot of vices, but to have an umbrella, so three physical heads are sex, physical comfort, and money. Then there are three emotional heads: fear, hatred, and ambition. Then there are three mental heads: pride, separatism, and cruelty. It's awesome. A person becomes a monster with nine heads when he identifies with the world and with matter. Such a person loses his divinity and his spiritual beauty. The most important goal for a disciple who is under the influence of Scorpio is to kill the Hydra and bury these nine heads under the rock. That means under the foundation of our true self. This means that the personality must become totally controlled by the inner light and inner divinity. So there is nothing outside that is controlling us. It is our own inner light that rules. It is our own inner divinity that is in full command. Your personality or your physical, emotional, and mental natures must be transformed and become very beautiful and radioactive. So it is like your personality, physically, emotionally, mentally, these natures must perform and become extremely beautiful, very beautiful and radioactive. Radioactive means when, let's say, you are epitome of beauty in terms of physical, emotional, mental, whatever your expression is, it it inspires and changes some brings changes, the transformation in someone. Have you noticed you listen to some people who are epitome of the virtues? This is a beautiful story of Onglima, right? Who came to kill Lord Buddha. And God knows what Lord Buddha mentioned or his presence in all way, like the physical beauty radiating from every cell of the existence, the emotion and the nature, and how it would have just touched that being such deep inside that the being just transformed from being a murderer to the one who follows the teachings of Buddhism. Okay. Kindly say once again: pride, separatism, and cruelty. So the three heads: physical heads, sex, physical comfort, and money. Emotional heads of the Hydra are fear, hatred, and ambition. And the mental heads are pride, separatism, and cruelty. So the author is saying your personality or your physical, emotional, and mental natures must be transformed and become very beautiful and radioactive. Then they will be the expression of divinity on earth. You can transform your personality by cutting off the nine heads. Now, don't worry, as we read ahead, author has talked about to understand this and see how to cut them. See, it is how we understand physical cutting, like cutting with the knife or the scissor. In spiritual aspect, what is cutting? It is detachment. That you disassociate yourself. It is like cutting the cords. But how can I cut the cords with the vices that live and breathe in me? So I need to develop some higher, raising the vibration like the Hercules raised the Hydra. So when I raise my vibration, I put so much good in me that slowly and gradually the power of the Hydra, the vices, become less. And then it becomes very easy to just release and let go. We are kind of trying to develop that in our book reading and study sessions in the morning, healing the roots, and it is so much in alignment with the constellations. So the author is saying Scorpio is a double sign. Scorpio is both a scorpion and an eagle. So it is a double sign. It is both a scorpion and an eagle because a person who conquers the Hydra changes into an eagle. This means he flies in the heavens and in space, which knows no bounds. He is not limited to the earth. That means your limitation do not limit you. A great transformation happens in his nature. He does this transformation. How does this transformation occur? He tries to slowly subdue, conquer, or master the headed hydra. So he says that the great transformation happens in the nature of the person. And how does this transformation happen? By slowly and gradually, this person tries to first subdue, you know, then conquer or master the nine-headed hydra. So let's say if someone is too much in comfort zone, the physical aspect, the second one is physical comfort, no? Oh, I'm so comfort, I can't move. So I subdue and probably slowly and gradually I reduce the duration of my being in that comfort state, slowly and gradually. So first I subdue the impact by slowly and gradually win the race. And I think it is so beautiful. I did not read it by the way before. I am just reading it along with you. But in the morning, we were discussing the same. That starts breaking your habits step by step. In the morning, we just today only, it is just so amazing. All the knowledge is so much in sync with all the work we are doing. The bit by bit, all those unwholesome, unhealthy habits you have, slowly and gradually. The habits, not just the physical. A lot of time we have a habit of criticizing big time, speaking nastily, slowly and gradually to reduce. Okay, reduce. So once you subdue, then you understand, participate more of these sessions, the other sessions that can help, or something that you can do that can purify a system. So increase more high vibration, good energy in you, healthy food, healthy listening, healthy seeing, you know. And then you will notice that slowly, gradually, you don't feel that your system is impacting you or controlling you. As if I choose, so I have control over my words, I have control over my expression, I have control over my reactions and responses. I choose. I am no more a slave of my physical nature. Good, right? I was thinking it's a long time. Our meditation ended soon, but just perfect that part because then the next part, what we will read next time is to understand each head of the Hydra. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, everyone, for being there, for participating. Sincerely hope and pray that all these sharings are able to help and inspire you, you know, and you can see the change in yourself. So, thank you so much, and that's it. Uh, Over to Farzana. Thank you, everyone.